When you're in the Kimberley, you got no phone reception, no FM or AM radio, you know you're in the right place. Just quickly push the boat off, grab it, chuck the anchor and race the car up. Time to clean the dust off the boat. So the plan today is basically explore this bay I'm in, and look, I want to find, you know, beautiful big red cliffs. I want to go up a creek and find some crocs and try and flick some lures, maybe get some barra or, you know, threadfin or GTs, anything like that, and just have a look around. You know, all of these bays up the peninsula have so much to offer, and they're so unique, and there's so much history, both, you know, human history and just looking at the landscape and how old it is. The problem is, you know, with the wind that we had this morning, I kind of held off, and high tide was an hour ago, and the tide is dropping 4 meters, maybe 5, and I am probably 2.5 miles from the shore, and it's already dropped from 7 meters of water just out here down to 1 meter, and you know, this is going to be dry probably within an hour. So I'm trying to work out what's a smart thing to do, what's a safe option. There's little waves breaking in the middle of nowhere just over here, and once I'm on the inside and, you know, a bank forms out here, that's impassable. You know, it's a 6 or 7 hour wait for me until the tide comes back in, enough for me to drive back out of here. I've got my head torch and all that, got water, got food, got lights on the boat, but I still don't want to be stranded out in the middle of nowhere when it's dark, and you know, knowing what can be around these parts. This water's going out way too fast. I'm in about 6 inches of water. I've got to turn around because otherwise I'm stuck up here. This bank is already dry. When I came up just before, there was plenty of water on that bank. Do not want to get stuck up here for 7 hours. No, thank you. I'm actually using the drone now to get myself out of here and find the slightly deeper channel. Incredible little spot here, really beautiful. You know, really shallow as well as the tide's going out. Most of the areas we were just fishing are now dry with sand out of the water, so the boat would be bone dry. We're just floating out with the tide at the moment. I can see halfway out in the bay there's a big sand spit that's there, so on our way in we're going to have to work around that, go wide, and yeah, go back and explore those big beautiful red cliffs. Oh my god, what was that? Something just jumped like 3 or 4 foot out of the water out there. Woo. Just islands that come and go every day with the tide. It's pretty epic. Well, it's just sand, nothing to forage off or anything, so yeah, no, I'd much rather be on the shoreline be able to find some muddies or cockle shells, pippies, oysters if you're lucky. Speaking of, that water's moving pretty quick from underneath my boat, so I might not do the island. Come back, we're gonna get out of here, mate. Bloody 2 minutes and everything changes. Boy. Stay there, do not wet everything. Boy. Oh, it doesn't take long. Jesus. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh. Well, that just saved me about 7 hours of sitting on an island. There's some cliffs up here that I've been excited for all day. I knew low tide would be a struggle though to get in there, but my god, the texture, the colour, the shape of them, where they're situated, you know, white sand beneath these cliffs is just so breathtaking. And I know James Price Point has you know, kind of formation similar to this, but the difference is there's no one here. We're a long way from James Price Point and a long way from anyone really. Then you've got these like red and ochre and yellow kind of cliffs up here with white sand, and it's just so sick. And you got all the green moss just to add to the color palette. You got all this green like algae moss sitting on here. There's probably heaps of mud crabs in these rocks, but I'm already way over time in terms of where I should be right now. Tide is a long way out, and I've got to work out how to get my boat out of the water. It's gonna be a fun job after exploring this. Yoo-hoo! How good, Buck? Such a special place. I just love that so much of the landscape is hidden during high tide, and so much is then revealed at low tide. It's really cool. You just never know what is underneath until you experience a big low tide. Then you're like, oh, holy shit, there's so much here. And there's so much reef and shells and whatever. How's the colour of these? Like a little red amphitheatre bowl right here. What do you think, Buck? Oh, you've rolled in dirt, mate. Yeah, you're red as well. From a bluey to a red heeler. Could have swore we had another 10 minutes up our sleeve. Yeah, but one more, mate. I've actually done it on this one. Oh, here we go. Big set. And here we go. Woohoo! Tell you what, my transducer is hating life. shallow, but we got there. And I was in waist deep water when I chucked the anchor out. 15 minutes, hey? I should have just chucked the anchor out at like head depth. Whew, twice in one day. What a day. We got to see some pretty cool stuff, like that creek just turned into visually just, oh my god, it's just next level with the drone, water level with the eyes. It was really cool, and just to see how quickly everything changes in a creek like that. I've been in creeks, plenty of creeks before, but not many that completely bottom out and dry out. And then, you know, to go fishing amongst those weird kind of almost lava-esque rocks was pretty special. Got a few, of course, only got fish off the off camera. Got a few little mangrove jack, but they're all under 30, so 300. So I chucked them back, and then had heaps of GTs chasing lures, but they just didn't do the final bite. They chased it all the way to the boat and then just took off, and tried a bunch of different stuff with the lures, poppers, little bait fish style, little vibes, and yeah, just wasn't the day. I just saw a tuna jump out the water just in front of us. And then to finish off, you know, well, getting stuck on that island and then getting stuck on the red cliffs here. Geez, yeah, it's pretty fortunate to get away from both of those locations. Epic day, guys. Look, it was just about exploring a creek, exploring the bay, finding some beautiful locations, appreciating the landscape here, trying to get a fish as well, and just another incredible day in Kimberley. It's pretty special.